because we had no money, that we got Tom Mboya to go to Hyannisport and meet with a man who was close to his age and close to his ambitions, John F. Kennedy, who was going to run for president of the United States. And Tom told the following story. He said to then Senator Kennedy, "We need $100,000 to charter 3 planes to come to the United States full of students." So Kennedy picked up the phone, we had telephones then, and called his brother-in-law, Sergeant Shriver, in Chicago, who was the director of the Joseph P. Kennedy Foundation, which had a lot of money. And Shriver said, "I can give you $5,000. And Kennedy said to Tom, he can give us $5,000. And Tom said, "I need 100. And Kennedy got back on the phone and said to Sarge Shriver, "He needs 100. And Sarge said, "I can give you 5,000. And Kennedy said to Tom, "He can give you 5,000. And Tom said, "We need 100. And the third time was a repeat. And Tom said, "We needed 5. Kennedy said to Sarge, "They need 5,000. And Sarge said, "I can give them 5. And Kennedy said to Tom, "He can give you 5. And Tom erupted in a huge cheer and said, "Hooray, we got $15,000. So humor was not lacking. But eventually, the Kennedy Foundation gave us $100,000 so we could charter the 3 planes.
Kennedy sitting in the front seat, being helped out by Secret.
I mean, if he won his election for presidency because of the African-American vote, swing vote, and if they swung voted for him because of what he did for the African-American Students Foundation and the Airlift, that's pretty important connection.
The president-elect is shaking hands.
I said if. The first plane that came with 81 students in 1959, of whom 13 were women, young women, we raised the money. And we raised it with a letter that was signed by Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier, the famous actor, and Jackie Robinson, the famous first African-American baseball player.
Very much engaged in liberation work and movements.
And it was an amazing fundraising. We got money from the workers in the post office who sent $1, $2. I have we used carbon paper then to make copies. I have the carbon paper showing how much money the postal workers gave. It was so powerfully moving. And we raised enough money to charter the first plane that way.
We had an American institute here in Nairobi. I don't know whether you used to call USAID or something, where they had a library. And from that library, we went looking for colleges which could give us some scholarship. We wrote letters to many universities seeking for admission and scholarship. And when you are lucky, you get a scholarship somewhere, that's the time you'll be considered to go to America on this airlift. In my case, it was very interesting because I got a very funny scholarship. Some black Muslim American in Oklahoma said they would sponsor me if I get there. So I became a possible candidate to be part of this airlift, because the airlift was the people who had scholarships, but they didn't have a ticket to go. There are some people that were able to be given scholarship by the government. I think Mr. Mboya, Dr. Keano, and Jiri had organized for some people to get some scholarships. So there are people that got a good, full scholarship. Others that didn't have scholarship, they had to struggle on their own. So these black Muslims said they will sponsor me when I get to America. And the thing is, the plane was coming here. Once you had an assurance that you had a scholarship of some kind, your name would be entered into the list of the Airlift. That's why I got into the Airlift.